Good evening, viewers, and welcome to another Live and Leash show. And we're delighted to be joined by another Paralympic medalist, Gary O'Reilly. Gary, welcome to the studio.
Thanks very much, and thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for coming in. What do you think of the setup?
Oh, I'm amazed the way they all the kit in here.
Yeah, a lot of thought went into it. A lot of thought. We're very, very proud. We're very proud of it. And very, very proud that you would come to us this week, because we had Nicole Turner last week. It's only fair we had you in this week. But Gary, I met you, it would have been maybe a month, maybe a little less than a month before the Paralympic Games. And your team selection was, is it fair to say, was late in the day?
Yeah, I think I only found out officially 5 weeks before the games. So I knew, I suppose, for a while that I was, but there was no official word until then.
Yeah, because what people don't realise is you had 2 World Cups and a World Championship this year to compete in.
Yeah, well, one of the World Cups was actually, in the end, was cancelled, but it was the World Cup and the World Champs were our qualifying events.
Absolutely. And the World Cup that went ahead, was that the one in Ostend in Belgium or the one in Italy?
The one in Ostend.
In Ostend.
Went ahead, yeah.
Yeah.
I think COVID was still a bit rampant in Italy at the time, so.
Okay. And speaking of COVID, did that impact your training before the games?
No, we're lucky, I suppose, as cyclists. We just had the road, and
that's right.
We can just get out and train, or worst case scenario, get onto the turbo trainer.
Absolutely. And I remember, was it March this year you went out for a training camp in Mallorca?
Yeah, we were in Mallorca. I was in Mallorca most of the year, but first camp was in March. We were there for 3 weeks.
That's brilliant.
It's great. The roads out there are unbelievable.
And the weather.
And the weather, of course, yeah.
I was green with envy. I had visions of you shooting around. And actually, there's the thing. What do you refer to the bike as? Is it a hand cycle, a hand bike? How do you describe it?
I suppose, yeah, hand bike. But if anyone asks me, if I'm just talking about it, I just say the bike. But I suppose it is a hand bike, yeah.
Absolutely. And the one behind us on the big screen, is that the latest hand bike?
That's my race bike, yeah. And currently training bike. But we'll be building a new bike this year, hopefully, and that'll be solely for racing. Solely for racing.
Now, when you're training, obviously, or do you have the racing wheels on? Or
not training, no. We just have a normal set of spokey wheels. Just a cheap set of aluminium wheels normally.
Okay. I mean, we have to be nosy. We have to ask, how much would a rig like that set you back?
As it is in the picture,
yes.
You're talking about 15 grand.
Oh wow. Okay. Like, for example, the back wheels, is that carbon?
The back wheels are carbon, yeah. The 2 discs, and then I'm not sure what the front wheels made out of, but it's still expensive.
Still expensive. And how much training were you putting in up to the games?
Same as I was all the time, really. It was just anyway, from 17 to maybe 22 hours a week. That's where you're on the bike.
On the bike.
And then a small bit of lightweight work and stuff, nothing too major. It's just a few hours a week, nothing.
Okay. And were you getting specialised coaching?
My coach is based in Germany. He's coaching me now for 3 years. I was, before COVID, going over to him every 3 months just for testing and stuff.
Over in Germany?
Yeah. But since COVID has hit, I've just been getting the testing done in the National Institute of Sport every 3 months. Okay. And then just send him the files.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of science behind this.
Yeah, luckily I don't have to worry about the science. I just let coach worry about all that, but there is a lot of science in it.
Yeah, and how did you and your coach, sorry, what's his name?
Ralph Lindischen is his name.
Okay.
He's based in Hanover, in Germany.
In Hanover. Oh, I know Hanover well. I used to live out in Germany, very close to Hanover, yeah.
It's a nice spot, actually.
It's a nice spot. It is. It is. How did you and Ralph hook up?
I was just chatting to the Irish national coach, Neil Delahaye, before I was ever on the squad. And, he just said, if you're serious about it, this guy is pretty good, just give him a shout. And basically, he said, if you are interested, he'd make the link between us. And we just sent an email and linked both of us in, and we just got chatting and went from there.
Yeah, I'm just interested, look, going over to Germany pre-pandemic every 3 months, is there a huge difference between the facilities there and here?
No, it's like the facilities here in the institute here are top class, really. It's just that it's nice to go over to him where it's his equipment.
Yeah.
If he's going off somebody else's equipment, it's probably not as accurate as he knows his own machinery.
Of course.
So it's probably a bit better just to get the numbers in his lab as opposed to somebody else taking them.
Of course. But
equipment wise and everything, the institute is top notch. It really is.
Yeah, and I have to say you got top notch support from a lot of local businesses.
Yeah, just everyone locally has been just amazing.
Yeah, the list is too long to mention everyone, but obviously top of the list, Midland Steel came in with a lot of help.
Midland Steel are support me, and I was over there 2 days ago, and Tony's mad keen to keep on board from now till Paris. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes, it's brilliant.
That's wonderful. Well, that's a weight off your mind, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. It's great to have the support and just focus solely on training and getting stronger.
Getting stronger. And do you have to get more specialised equipment?
I've changed the bike. That's the first thing.
Oh, really?
So it just needs an upgrade, really.
Now, you mentioned earlier you're getting a new bike built, and that to myself and the viewers, that sounds very, very simple, but it must be very, very complicated.
Just, yeah, I suppose they're in that brand and they're not entirely custom, but they come in certain sizes, and there'll be certain individual parts and pieces that need to be just measured specifically for me. So there's a bit of a measuring and maybe trialing a few different positions and different things now over the winter. Yeah,
okay. Because you're now you're an elite athlete. You're at the top level in your sport, but you kind of fell in after your accident back in 2014. You tried other sports, like I think wheelchair rugby and basketball.
Mostly basketball. I was playing a lot of basketball. Really enjoyed it, and I probably still would be playing it if it wasn't training so hard. It's just it got to this point where I just couldn't do both.
You couldn't do both. You had to choose.
Yeah. So
it's a bit like we had Nicole Turner in the studio last week, and her choice was between the leaving cert or training. Yeah. And she chose training, and it worked out well. Yeah. And for you, leaving the basketball behind, that worked out really well.
Definitely, yeah. But just you have to make them decisions at some point, I suppose.
Absolutely. So okay, so you've Paris. You're going to get the new bike. Like, do you have? Paris is a couple of years off, but do you have a training plan to cover the next 3 years?
Well, I'm not really focusing on 3 years. I'm focusing on next year, really. The next couple of World Cups and World Championships is in September in Canada next year. So that's the
next goal.
The main goal is Canada, yeah.
Yeah, so everything will be built towards that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking it step by step. It's like a footballer. Next game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe, there's maybe a few in between, but be ultimately building towards Canada.
Yeah, absolutely. And we mentioned Midland Steel. Also, when you got back to the airport, Martley's supported you, and Brendan Deavy's signs supported you.
Yeah, all the signs were made up by Brendan Deavy and Mark Martley on a bus for the family run. It was great because I got to be with them.
Yeah. On
the way home, I didn't even think, never even thought of that, but just arrived at the airport and it was there.
Absolutely.
So it was just great thinking and fair play.
Yeah, and were you shattered tired at that stage, jet lagged and everything?
Yeah, had been long. It's a long trip over. I think it was, what was it? 12-hour flight, and then you have a 5 or 6 hour layover. I think it was 5 hour layover in London.
Yeah.
And just fly across. So by the time we got to that stage, it was definitely very tired.
Yeah. And definitely, did you fly over with the rest of the team? Did you go together?
We all flew home together, yeah. Well, I think there had been some had left earlier.
Yes.
But majority were still all came home together.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I think originally we weren't going to go to the village at all. So to actually get to the village for 2 or 3 days, and it was just, that was nice to see.
Just to kind of relax.
Yeah, we got to see, you know, the sign and what the village is all about, and
yeah,
just nice to see it. Get the games experience.
The games experience, yeah. I mean, did you get to see anything of Tokyo, Kerry?
Not really, because I was only in Tokyo for 2 or 3 days, and it was in the village.
Yeah.
So no, really is the answer. But
yeah.
I suppose we had a training camp in a place called Masuda. It's about an hour flight from Tokyo. But at least there we got to train on the roads and stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to see the countryside and stuff, which was unbelievable.
Yeah, stunning. Yeah.
Oh, it's something else.
Yeah. Is it a country you'd like to go back to?
I was there in 2019 as well, in Masuda as well. It's unbelievable. Like.
Okay. So were you able to pass on a bit of advice to other team members? You knew the kind of the lay of the land.
Well, it was the cyclists that were there before, so it was we were all together again, so we didn't actually meet anyone until afterwards.
So just the cyclists were in a bubble and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And the swimmers are in another bubble over here.
But they were in the village.
Oh, very good.
I suppose the athletics and a few
Yeah.
other sports would have been mixed
Yeah.
in that bubble, I suppose. I don't know how they worked it, but
Yeah. And you got to see the village.
Yeah.
Which is great. So you don't feel kind of left out in a sense.
yeah, because at the time we were thinking, you know, maybe it would be great to just get home with it. We were finished competing, you know, everyone sort of had enough.
Yeah.
6 weeks away from home and stuff, but it was nice just for sake of 2 or 3 days just to go across and get to see it.
Absolutely. And apart from Tokyo, are there other places that you've competed in that you'd love to go back to, that you love basically, either the food, the people, or the climate?
I think probably Italy is a great place to race. It's they just love handbike racing. The support in Italy is unbelievable.
Yeah,
it's just, even like the crowds, they just love it.
They love it.
So I suppose it's a great buzz over there.
Of course, but they're into cycling anyway.
Yeah, that's it. Like so,
yeah,
it's definitely one of the good spots to race.
Yeah, and I mean, going forward, would you like to see your sport become more popular? Would you like to get more people involved?
The more the merrier. Like,
yeah,
be great just to fill it out. Like, it'd be definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll have younger lads and ladies coming behind you.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Well, that would be great. So, look, going fast forwarding almost a year to Canada. What's the goal? Or basically, is it all about performance and medals will take care of themselves?
I suppose, you know, just keep working on the numbers, and once the numbers are good, and shouldn't really be focused on the position really.
Yeah.
I suppose if my numbers are right, then I should be there, and if not, then the other guys are better. So.
Okay, so if the performance is there, the results will come.
Yeah, unless they're stronger. So, you know,
yeah.
I just focus on my own performance and not worry about what anyone else is doing.
Yeah,
not get caught up in it.
Of course. And speaking of your own performance, were you happy with the bronze?
I was, yeah. Like, I didn't really think it would happen. Like, my first major podium was the World Championships this year, and that was a complete shock.
Yes.
And I just thought maybe Tim is the Dutch guy who would have been pegged for the podium, and I just thought maybe he had a bad day or whatever. So like, I would have been happy with. I would have still been chuffed before it. And you know, so I suppose I was just thinking he had a bad day. He won't have the bad day at the games.
Yeah.
But maybe he didn't have a bad day. So
maybe you were just better than him.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know.
You were just better than him. Huh? You were just better than him. But I have to say, leaving, you had a huge crowd waving you off before you went. But coming back, the homecoming when you came back, in the lashings of rain, and the crowd, despite the weather, huge crowd on the Boris Road when you came home. Like, how did that make you feel?
Oh, like I thought, you know, they were saying, oh, there's going to be a homecoming. And
Yes.
you'll have to go in, and I was thinking, Jesus, there's going to be nobody there. Like,
yeah,
just didn't really think there would be, and I just couldn't believe it when it landed on the Boris Road. The crowds, just the complete shock.
Complete shock.
It's crazy.
And to turn up in that, and the weather that evening was atrocious.
Oh, it was horrendous. Like,
horrendous.
People were still standing there, and I just couldn't believe that people were way out that long in the rain.
Yeah, and what struck me is all the kids.
Yeah, the kids love it, and I suppose it's great for them to get to see the medal and
stand in for the photos as well. You were very, very patient. You were great with them.
I suppose that's what the medal's for, isn't it? Like, really, like the kids enjoy it and stuff, and hopefully they can aspire to do something similar.
Well, we have you now and Nicole in the county.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it's for a small little county to get 2 medals.
It's definitely.
It's incredible.
It's good to have 2 anyway.
And hopefully we'll have more from Laois competing. Let's say Canada next year. Might be too soon, I don't know. But definitely Paris.
Hopefully, yeah. You have to wait and see.
Absolutely. And tell me this now. I was joking with Nicole there last week about packing for Tokyo, and little birdie was telling me she took the packing list from the youngest member of the Irish party, Roisin, and copied her list. Like, are you meticulous? Are you a good traveller? Are you well organised and everything? Or
I probably know. I'm going to have to put my hands up and say Hazel's more organised than I am. She'd be organised and packing, and I probably wouldn't care. I'd pack it. I'd pack the bag half an hour before I go, sort of thing.
Really?
I wouldn't really care.
Wow.
So, but even I suppose we got our kit and stuff that evening, and then the drive-by happened.
Yes.
So I was heading home to pack a bag before that evening before we went away. Yeah. So I hadn't much packing to do, but I'd be last minute.
And I'm just curious, what kit do you get?
We have just the casual kit that you see on the podium and stuff, and just short. It all looks quite similar.
Okay.
And then just your cycling kit. Yeah. So there'd be a range of different things: skin suits for time trial and race suits. And it's training kit then as well.
Training kit as well. Yeah. And do you have any pre-race kind of routines? A lot of athletes, they tend to do the same thing, cross themselves or touch the track with this hand, or
no, I wouldn't be superstitious or anything like that.
No,
I just literally have my bowl of porridge 3 hours beforehand, and I just sit and wait. Brilliant.
But like, you've made us so proud. Your family must be bursting with pride.
Oh, they are. Yes, they were probably shocked as I was. Maybe not, but I hope so anyway.
With the medal?
Well, maybe not, but I would have thought they would have been anyway. So.
Right. Maybe your coach Ralph wasn't too shocked. What was his take on your performance? Or can you say?
Well, he sort of said to me afterwards that he was expecting it, but at the same time he was actually shocked with some of the numbers on the climbs and stuff. So he said he didn't think the numbers matched what I could. He thought I went over it and what he said I could do.
Oh, really?
But, so he was happy with the numbers, which I suppose is the most important thing.
So does that mean you overachieved?
He reckons I put out more than he thought I'd put out, yeah.
Okay. So it's about generating power, is it?
Yeah, there's a power meter in the bike.
Okay.
So I'm literally, in the time trial, I'm just staring at the screen.
Oh, wow.
And we'd have a pre-race plan done of where the power is going to be put down, or, when to back off a bit, or...
Okay.
Especially on a course like that where it wouldn't be constant power.
Yes.
If it would be a flat time trial, it would be just pick a number and hold it.
And go constantly.
Yeah, but on that kind of course, it's, you have to go over and then go under, and
yes,
that's the sort of, because it's up and down.
Okay, it's very scientific in a sense, isn't it?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you just go as hard as you can. But
yes,
there's a bit of science to it in the background.
Yeah. So you remember the rowers, the O'Donovan brothers? Was it pull like a dog?
Yeah.
So what's the paracycling equivalent of pull like a dog?
Haven't come up with that one yet.
Yeah, but yeah, incredibly proud, and of course, touch wood, the best is yet to come.
Hopefully, yeah. We'll have to wait and see, and just hopefully there's more results to come. That's the plan anyway.
Yeah. And do you have to go over to Germany to Ralph before Christmas?
Or yeah, I was actually just emailing them just before I come in here. To book flights in October, late October. So
okay,
I'm gonna head over to them then. Haven't been over there in 2 years now, really. So
okay.
I think the last time I was there was the week before the first lockdown.
Yeah.
So well due a visit.
You're well due. Yeah, overdue is right. Overdue is right. And for Christmas, will you have a break?
I haven't. Every year for the last couple of years, I just trained through Christmas. So
wow,
it's really nice to have the appetite.
Yeah.
So I definitely just trained through. I preferred.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's a huge commitment.
Yeah. Well, it's just, I suppose if you enjoy it, it's not really like.
Yeah.
I know there is some days you maybe hate it, but.
Yeah, but to get to your level, you have to put it in.
Yeah, like the day you don't want to do it is probably the day that you might achieve something that you wouldn't, because they're the hard days.
Yeah. So on the hard days when the weather is terrible and you don't feel like doing it, like how do you motivate yourself? Do you have a picture of your competitors? If you're saying to yourself, well, if I don't go out this morning, my competitors will be out.
Oh, well, if it's raining or anything, if it's bad, if it's really bad, I just stand up on the turbo.
Okay.
But you just have to get on with it.
Just get on with it. Yeah.
There's no. I kind of treat it like a job, sort of. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
There's no. You just have to do it. There's no.
Yeah. There's no shortcut.
That's the schedule. That's the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And will Ralph sign off on the schedule? Will he organise all that and say you should be doing this?
He emailed me a schedule every week, and then I email it back to him at the end of the week.
Okay.
So he knows if we don't do it, and I know as well.
Okay.
And then of course Neil, as the Irish coach Neil knows as well. He gets the schedule beforehand.
Okay.
So he gets to see if I have done it as well.
Okay. Oh, very good.
So
very good.
Everyone's on board.
So
make sure you're not skipping any days.
So no skipping, no escape, no shortcuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the way champions have to be to get to where you are.
If there's no, you have to just make it happen.
Yeah, and you made it happen in a big way. So, Gary, on behalf of all our viewers, thanks for coming into the studio this evening. We're very, very proud of you. It's brilliant to bring back a medal to Portlaoise and to Laois. And the homecoming you got, it just reflects how people feel about you. So thank you.
Well, thanks very much for having me. Just on the thing where you're saying about the local business supporting me, I suppose.
Yes.
Didn't get a chance to put in Race Right Cycles, Mort Kane there.
Mort, we have to mention Mort.
Mort does just no matter what's wrong with the bike, it's never even there's no such thing as calling back, or
yes,
he just drops tools and fixes it. So
we
have to give Mort a shout out.
We do. So well done, Mort, as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's great. It's a community effort behind you.
Oh yeah, just Mort's brilliant.
He is.
Whatever I need, just give him a shout.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, thanks for reminding us. Appreciate it, Gary. And to our wonderful viewers, bye for now.